All right, Larry Krueger here from the Pig and a Pickle Krug Show with this 49er update. And of course, this update brought to you by Pig and a Pickle, the best barbecue in all of Northern California. Check them out there in Emeryville. They're in Corte Madera. They're open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. or until they run out. Go say hi to Damon and Mary. Get some brisket chili. Tell them that Krug sent you. Also, this video is sponsored by Better, the official daily fantasy sponsor of the Krug Show. Use Better to make daily fantasy lineups and win real money. We've done it a bunch. Download the app below. Make sure you use the promo code Niners to get your first deposit matched up to $200. Everyone who does is automatically entered into a drawing to win a free signed Fred Warner jersey. We'll announce the winner at the end of the month of November. Well, busy day today in 49er land as the Niners getting ready to head to Buffalo to take on the Buffalo Bills on Sunday Night Football. All right, the following players were not practicing today. Trent Williams, ankle, didn't practice. Nick Bosa, hip and oblique, did not practice. Diamador Lenore with the knee, didn't practice. Aaron Banks with the concussion, did not practice. And Jordan Elliott with the concussion also did not practice. So there you go. Those guys were not practicing. Brock Purdy with his the shoulder injury is throwing today. Brandon Allen is in as a scout teamer of the week jersey, suggesting that he's not the starter according to Matt Barrows. So there's a lot of stuff percolating. Winter is coming in Buffalo. There's anticipation of upcoming snowfall going into Sunday. So could be very much a snow game for the 49ers. But yeah, that's the latest as far as the injury front. Trent Williams, Nick Bosa, Diamador Lenore, Aaron Banks, Jordan Elliott. None of those guys practiced today. Brock Purdy is listed as questionable for Sunday's game against the Bills, according to Kyle Shanahan. Nick Bosa and Trent Williams have been ruled out, so they both will not be going. And then Diamador Lenore and Aaron Banks and Jordan Elliott have also been ruled out. So that's a huge blow for the Niners, not to have Demo Lenore especially. And Khalil Shakir has been really, really good as a slot receiver. That's a major advantage for Buffalo in this game. Charvarius Ward is expected to be back in the lineup, and he is expected to play against the Bills, according to Kyle Shanahan. So that's good news. Kyle Shanahan, when asked whether or not Brock Purdy will play on Sunday, said lots of things can happen between now and then, but right now, Brock is playing. Dre Greenlaw will not play on Sunday, but Kyle Shanahan said that he had a great first week of practice with the team. You know, when it was first announced that they were going to open the window for Dre, or even a couple weeks prior to the announcement, you know, I think it was John Lynch who kind of maintained he's likely to have that practice window open, and if he's activated, it'll be towards the end of the practice window. So he might still be a couple weeks off, but he's not expected to play Sunday in Buffalo. Brock Purdy stated that his MRI on his shoulder came back clean, and he's felt good throughout the week throwing in practice. Purdy also noted that Jalen Moore will be in at left tackle for Trent Williams. I talked to Jalen this week about it, and he said that, you know, he felt good about the tape that he put out there last week. And, you know, he said he's fine to go at left tackle if need be. He said it's not a huge difference between left and right tackle for him. So, you know, he's more experienced at left tackle, so that's where you want him anyway. And he's got a lot more experience playing the left side, but he said he could play either side. Ben Barch, also according to Purdy, is going to start at left guard for Aaron Banks. So left to right, it will be Jalen Moore, Ben Barch, Jake Brendel, Dom Pooney, and Colton McKivitz Sunday in Buffalo. And then the other announcement was the 49ers have waived Ronnie Bell. So Ronnie Bell is no longer with the 49ers. And, you know, Ronnie Bell was a really good college receiver. And, you know, he's a really good college receiver. But they really need somebody more dynamic. And Ronnie Bell like if you had a group of speedsters and you wanted to add one more possession guy, you'd look at Ronnie Bell. Why? Because he's a perfect complement to a team that has a bunch of burners. If you got a bunch of burners, man, Ronnie Bell would be nice. He can catch the ball, but in reality, he was kind of a finished product. His dad is a wide receiver coach in college football, so he's very refined. He's just not that explosive. He's not that big. He's not that fast. And it's just like he just not doesn't have that special trait to be able to separate. He's not a vertical threat, and he had some drops. So there you go. I mean, that's really it right there. Um, they had Terrace Marshall. They probably should have kept Terrace Marshall. I watched Terrace Marshall today go against Kansas City, and he didn't make any catches, but he played. He was targeted one time. He's just a bigger, faster athlete than Ronnie Bell, but I'm sure the 49ers have some other thoughts for how they want to use that roster spot. But for Bell, as I said, if for him to go to a team like Miami would be good, where they have Jalen Waddle, they have Tyreek Hill, they have vertical speed, and they're just looking to move the chains. Then Ronnie Bell fits. But for the Niners, who already have kind of slowish possession type receivers, they need a vertical threat. They need explosives. They need Jacob Cowing. They need to play Garendo at wide receiver. They need somebody who can run, somebody who can create space, somebody who can create an explosive play, a player with vertical capability. That's really what they need, more so than Ronnie Bell. So he was a 7th-round pick. I'm sure they hated to waive him. But what can you say? I mean, he didn't have a super special trait, and that's really the key. Now, as far as this game coming up this weekend, what's the key stat? Well, one stat that I'm kind of holding close to, and we'll see if it holds the day. But Buffalo's defense has allowed 4.9 rushing yards per attempt, 3rd worst in the league. So they've been pretty good against the run, but they've also faced the 7th fewest attempts per game of any defense, probably because they get ahead on teams. But if you go back to early in the year, the Ravens ran 34 times on them for 271 yards. If I was Kyle Shanahan with replacement offensive linemen, keep it simple, run the heck out of it, run and run and run some more. Run Garendo, run Mason, run McCaffrey, run Debo, run everybody, run anybody you can think of, run the ball, keep the ball out of the air, end arounds, reverses, direct snap to the quarterback, but have the running back be playing quarterback. Be creative and run the hell out of it. And because let's be honest about this, the Niners are going nowhere, period, unless they can get the run game going. Now, obviously, they got to win these games, but they're not going anywhere, even if they win these games, if they don't get the run game going. So start there. Run the hell out of the football and let Purdy try to convert on 3rd downs. And then hopefully you get a turnover or two. Play fast and physical on defense. Fly around, take some chances. I think that's their only way to win this game. They have to be able to have a dominating run game and just run it down Buffalo's throat. I know that sounds crazy, but if Buffalo's defense is really 3rd worst in the league, 4.9 a carry, that might be where you start. If you can run the ball effectively, dominate the time of possession, protect your defense that still's not going to have Nick Bosa. Don't ask Jalen Moore to pass protect, though he's actually been a better pass protector than a run blocker, but they need to run the ball. They've got 3 running backs that are fresh and healthy and ready. Run the ball. All right. That would be my thought on the game on Sunday. Thanks to Pig and a Pickle for being the title sponsor of the Krug Show. Thanks to Better. This video sponsored by Better, the official daily fantasy sponsor of the Krug Show. Use Better to make daily fantasy lineups and win real money. So download the app below. Make sure you use the promo code Niners to get your first deposit matched up to $200. Everyone who does is automatically entered into a drawing to win the free Fred Warner signed red Niner jersey. And thanks to all of you guys for supporting the Krug Show on YouTube.